What's up, friends? This is Manni and welcome to Bye Bye Titans with 4 fully maxed Brisant shotguns on the Crisis with a legendary pilot and its overpower ability and adding to about 40% more damage output, plus the nuclear amps with its 70% and the Showdown drone with its boost. Yo, and the pilot skills. Ladies and gentlemen, Titans are just no Titans anymore when you pack this much firepower. Here's a comparison to these also really new weapons, the Explo rocket grenade things, whatever. Of course, we fire at a different Titan here, it's the Newton Titan, but just take a look at the difference, because both Titans were fully maxed, and it takes forever to do any noticeable damage to that Newton Titan, even though, let's say, it only has about 20% more health than that maxed Minos we've seen before. The Minos hasn't used its reflector, yeah, so, but still, here is an Heimdall Titan, I think, and we're doing like, I don't know, 50% damage or so in our few shots, and we'll see more of that happening in just a moment, because this video will show a lot of robots and a lot of Titans get slaughtered by this thing. Here's a setup, you see it with these, I think, 37,000 per shot. And then, of course, the nuclear amps and the Showdown drone, the best pilot skills, and yada yada yada, everything, all that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is as much damage as you can currently put into war robots on a regular robot rather than a Titan. Okay, let's see how things go with the new Dagon robot and six light weapons, but I'm guessing that for most weapons, the 4 heavy will still outperform the 6 lights. But we'll see that. I think there are some exceptions to the rule. Remember the spear, for example, in its top prime? At that time, 6 light weapons would have outperformed any heavy weapon combination, even 4 heavy weapons, because the spear at its best time was just absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, in this video we're checking out the new Brisant shotguns, which I know you guys say it's shotguns because it's basically a slug projectile that splits into smaller things later. But you know, to me in a video game, mostly shotgun has a spread base just coming out of the thing. Anyways, I see that my team is having troubles with this freaking Orokochi here. No worry, no wonder, because it's an Orokochi, and I decided to come and help, which I can do very well with the firepower of 4 heavy maxed Brisants. So, bye-bye. I always say Brisant because it's a German version of this word. We do have that as well. But I guess in English it would be Brisant or something. Yeah. So let's keep going. We only have 100,000 HP left. We're a literal glass cannon here with this Crisis robot. But the firepower we have is so high that basically we get to kill everything before they kill us. So let's see how this works, alright? And we also see plenty of Titans getting slaughtered. That's why I put this in the title and the thumbnail, because it's what we're doing also here in this video. But let me first use my little 80,000 HP to do something crazy. Let's go and take out that entire nether. Boom. 2 shots or 3 and he's down to last stand. He's going to try and make use of his last stand to kill us, and I'm just going to keep in cover and corner shoot him dead. But then I wanted to finish off the Seraph, which now you can shoot them down in the air. But unfortunately, that 40,000 HP that I had left was just not gonna cut it. Alright, back on Moon, next map. And there's a whole bunch of stuff coming through the tunnel, and one of them, I think, was the Orokochi. I used a teleporter made by an Imugi, and now we have a Fenrir, I think, in front of us here. And that guy's having some, well, not the best of time right now. You don't want to be on the receiving end of 4 fully maxed Brisants. Was it a Fenrir? Because I'm seeing a Fenrir right now. Yeah, there's 2 Fenrirs. Okay, so they were sending 2 Fenrirs through the tunnel. And those things are still powerful. I wonder how it looked like if we were to fire at a Falcon. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a Falcon video with the Brisant shotgun, because I think that thing will kick some serious ass. Because it's like impossible to be destroyed as a T-Falcon, and has a decent amount of health on top. And then with the, you know, maxing out the health using the battleship and then the firepower of the Brisant shotguns, man, this should be an insane combination. And the interesting thing is it's an incredibly cheap setup to get. If we take the Brisant out of the equation and just say the Falcon, you need 1 heavy weapon leveled, and that's it. So you can get this setup fully maxed much easier and faster than any other setup in the game. And the Falcon is an old robot that you can build in the workshop, and yeah, you only need 1 pilot skill for reals, and that's the traditionalist, and then if possible all the durability skills, 2 or 3 more maybe. But yeah, this thing is easy and very quickly obtained, and I would argue that in today's time it can really ruin your day. If you're getting attacked in the wrong time with a freaking P-Falcon, you don't even want to fight him because he's just so freaking tanky that you just can't get rid of him. Except when you're running, of course, corrosion weapons or Reapers, for example. Stuff that bypasses resistance. Alright, next situation. This one here was crazy. Look at this. Boom. 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 That's an Orokochi. And after one shot, he was half destroyed. Then he activated his ability. And even though his ability was running, I was able to, with 2 or 3 more shots, able to dispatch of him very quickly. This Ravana there did not know what was coming from the right. He did not expect my firepower coming in. He wasn't in his Transcendence mode for a few seconds, and Poppy was gone 2 seconds later. Absolutely mind-blowingly crazy. This guy, in one shot, he was to last stand. That Mars, I activate the overpower, I bypass his shield, and I shoot him down to last stand in a single frickin' shot. He comes back out not knowing what would happen. Didn't expect that to happen again, but it happened again, and he's gone. Boom. And then I got blocked to death by my behemoth friend there, unfortunately. I was going to try and get behind cover, but he was already there and I couldn't move. And he probably couldn't move away either because he was in stationary mode, so it's not his fault. It's just bad luck that I've tried to get in cover there where he was standing. Anyways, next Titan situation, we have an Indra coming up. And I have the overpowered running and hit him for a few times. Then he gets a stupid yellow shield out of somewhere, alright. But I guess the stealth brought him a battleship as well. The battleship brought him stealth and the shield, I mean. Alright, Indra coming up here. And I think I'm gonna go back in, recharge both abilities, and then come out with full firepower, alright? Let's go for it. He's using Transcendence. Oh no, let's take this guy. Let's take this Heimdall Titan. After 5 or 6 shots that the weapon has, he's basically down to 0 health. And he suppressed me, by the way. He suppressed me before. I would have killed him even faster, but I got suppressed. And wait, I'm suppressed again? Wait a minute, I was suppressed before and I come back out and I'm suppressed again. So I think I would have probably even killed him in that situation if I hadn't been suppressed 2 times. But I still killed him like 60% or so. It's crazy. These weapons have firepower that you would otherwise only know from Titans. And unlike other shotguns, they are able to inflict that damage output at up to 300 meters perfectly accurate with basically no spread at all. And after the 300 meters, you're beginning to feel some of the spread, okay? But even though, yeah, it's just crazy. Now, this situation here, I thought I wasn't going to survive it. I shook my head knowing that I'm going to be dead now. I was like, la 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 la, all right, kill me guys, kill me guys. And then somehow I got suppressed and I come out of the blinding effect and my last stand saved me. And I was able to kill that angler pretty quickly, actually. And that surprised me a little bit. Here comes an enemy, a Ravana, and he notices that his shield would have not worked against me, so he uses Transcendence and kills me pretty quickly. A Ravana, ladies and gents, a Ravana is still the boss. And while we're seeing some more slaughter happening, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done it yet and you like the content, ladies and gents, because, yeah, there's more where this came from. And when I think I need to speak a little bit about the balancing from the Brisant. I did say that in the past when they buffed the Brisants. It came into the game and it was underperforming. Apparently they buffed it by like 400%, shortening the reload and giving it like 3 times more damage output. According to you guys, that was exactly the values from the test server. Maybe it was, but one thing is for sure, whatever it is, they changed, or however the numbers of the test server were, it seems to be clearly overperforming to me, in my opinion now. If they raised up the damage this far, it would have been fine if the reload stayed long, you know, but the reload, shortening the reload on top of that just goes too far in my opinion. This thing just reloads so quick for how much firepower it offers per shot and per clip. Both of it is excellent. The damage per minute is insane. The damage per second is insane. The range is insane. Just basically the weapon is the absolute all-rounder, right? It's good for range, it's good for... The only thing you can't do with this was snipe. You can't snipe with it. But, you know, you're not expecting to snipe with a weapon that has this much damage output, right? So yeah, I think this weapon should be looked at again by Pixonic. Of course it won't, because, you know, they want to sell the most powerful thing here. But I think we all know that it overperforms tremendously right now. And the reload, in my opinion, is that big thing. If it had a longer reload in between, it would be kind of okay. It has a lot of clip power and damage output and so on, but if you have some decent time spending in the reload as well, then it compensates for that. But right now, there's not much compensation in terms of reloading, and yeah, that's kind of the problem I have with this. Alright, somehow, oh, it's because of the Showdown drone. I was just thinking, why am I not losing weapons on this robot? Typically, I always lose weapons on my robots as soon as I reach 30% or 35. But it hasn't happened a single time in this video yet, and I was like, why? Why? And then I realized, Showdown drone. It prevents the loss of weapons. Something that I think still Pixonic should become a pilot skill. I would celebrate that. If we could have a pilot skill that prevents the loss of weapons, it's a pilot skill that wouldn't always help you. There are only certain situations in which you would lose weapons. In many situations, players will just get killed. And losing a weapon is the least of their concerns, you know? But there are situations where especially when you run a setup with a lot of health and you run it for a longer time, losing that weapon and then basically missing that firepower for a decent amount of time is really frustrating. And I would be one of those who typically lives long enough with each robot to say, alright, I want to prevent the loss of weapons, and I would sacrifice a pilot skill for it. I still think Pixonic should do it. I also, honestly, I don't know why they shouldn't. There doesn't seem to be any reason for me not to make a pilot skill that prevents the loss of weapons. And by the way, this could be in the weapons category, right? Where, for example, explosive expert is, or bullet spread reduce. In the tab of weapon improvements, it could be in this tab, because we have a very long list for pilot improvements and a very, very short list for weapon improvements. Why not put weapons fall off into this? That would be good. And maybe even combine it with legs too, and say that, yeah, you can you not lose weapons, and you also can't have your legs damaged, because that's also a little annoying. But it's just just food for thought. But I think we could use that extra pilot skill in the weapons tab, definitely. What do you think? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Catch you in the next one. And Manni signing off. Bye bye.